What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Marty for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Jamarty for here once again. And I know it's been about a good week, y'all, since I done came into this motherfucking camera, girl. But it's just every time I try to get ready to record, something always happens. Like I was supposed to do a scandal review, but I ended up having to head down to my mama's place to help her down with something. And she lives about 45 minutes away, and I ended up staying there for the weekend, so there was no recording happening. And so, that didn't happen. But a lot of the shows that I usually, record or review here on my channel are either have already come to a close or about to come into the close in the next couple of weeks. I.e. Scandal is about to be over. I think next week is the season finale. Bad Girls All-Star Battle is over. The Walking Dead is over. So, in between time, in between time, Jamar doesn't have a lot of videos, well, scheduled videos. So you know what that means? Jamar's going to start uploading some random shit, i.e. this video. And I got this video from watching Ashley's video. Ashley, if you're watching, hey girl. She had went on this tirade once before about this whole 90s shit. And I started getting into it, and I started reminiscing on all the shit that was a part of my childhood in the 90s. Because mind you, I was born at the beginning. I was born in 1990, okay? So I was raised, my life began in the 90s. So I had tried to break down somewhat of a list of some sort from movies. Because a lot of the stuff, when I think about the 90s, I think about the stuff that I used to watch like on TV. Maybe a couple of the things that me and my friend used to do as far as playing is concerned and shows and stuff. So let me start with the movies first. And I think the longest running movie series in the 90s that I kept up with faithfully, I think up until what I think is the last one, was the Land Before Time series, y'all. With Littlefoot, Sarah, Ducky, Spike, Petrie, all them motherfuckers. And I thought I was learning the dinosaurs, y'all. I thought they were long necks. I thought they were three horns. I thought they were just flyers. Look, me and my mama used to righteously and religiously watch every time the Land Before Time would come out with a new video. And I just grew so attached. And what's that? Chomper, when Chomper came along, the little, what were they called? What did they used to call the dinosaurs? Shark teeth. That was me learning about the dinosaurs anatomy, y'all. That was me learning before I knew what the fuck a Tyrannosaurus Rex or a Triceratops was. They were three horns and long necks. So that was a big movie series in my childhood. Two of my favorite Disney movies of all time, at least that I could think of right off the jump, was The Lion King, which had the best soundtrack ever, and a Goofy movie, which is still dear to my heart to this day. Me and my cousin, we still laugh at that shit. That shit is still relevant and funny in 2014. I swear to God. Now, the sequel, Extremely Goofy Movie, it was cute, but it didn't have shit on the Goofy movie, man. That fat bitch at the end. I don't have the time to go into it like I really want to go into it, but that was one of my favorite movies, y'all. Now, here's a movie. Now, if any of y'all are really familiar with this shit, I would be surprised because I feel like I was the only one that even knew about this movie. It was this movie called Cats Don't Dance, and it was about this cat that was trying to make it into Hollywood, and it was like full of musicals and shit, and he fell in love with this other little fine-ass looking, I don't know what kind of, she was white, and she was all prime and shit, and then there was this other little ugly, well, I shouldn't call it ugly, but this little blonde girl who's kind of like the bitch of the show. Like she was pretending like she was this big movie star and she loved animals and really she hated them. I forget her name. Elvira was her name? I can't remember your name. If y'all know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments because I want to know that I was not the only one that used to watch that shit. Pocahontas was my shit. Colors of the Wind was my song. Y'all remember fucking Oliver and Company? Why should I worry? Why should I care? That was my shit. Oh, me and my mom used to play that. That little chihuahua used to kill me dead to the grave every time. Harriet the Spy with what's that lady name? Rosie O'Donnell ass. 101 Dalmatians. I used to love Cruella de Vil and her style. That black and white, that cover when she had the that black and white and her nails was like this on the 101. I just loved it. I just loved it. And in some of the shows that I used to watch, Rocko's Modern Life, Ah Real Monsters. Now, Ah Real Monsters, I don't even think we caught on. Do y'all remember Professor Crump? And he was supposed to be a male, but he used to walk around in 4 red high heels. Was he like the first gay introduction to kids to being gay? I don't even think we really caught on to that shit, but until my grown up life, I didn't even catch on to that shit. Of course, Doug. Do y'all remember Kablam? They used to have Prometheus and Bob, Action League Now. What was that? The Life of what was that flat bitch? The 2-dimensional girl. Betty. Oh, what was that bitch name? I can't. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then the hosts Henry and June. Do 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 do. Hey, 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 do 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 do. Oh, I need to have a marathon of all this old ass shit. Let me find the Boomerang channel. Oh, Lord. I got Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was a very suggestive and adult show looking back on it because they used to do some shit and I used to wonder like why aren't I messed up off of watching this? Because they used to do some weird ass shit, but you know I still got my life. Of course, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Darkwing Duck, Captain Planet, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I used to love that theme song. Keaton and Kale. I think Keaton and Kale was a part of all that. Y'all remember that all that song? All that. This is all that. This is all that. Nick, that was like Nick and when they used to try to call it Nick at Night or before Teen Nick came around. I can't remember. Snick, that's what it was called. Snick, wasn't it? Some of my 90s people helped me out because I'm old now. I don't remember shit. And y'all remember when Nick Jr. used to come on in the morning time on Saturdays and it used to be Face and Face used to be different colors and shit. That was my dude. That and Little Bear. I don't know why I love that show so much, but that show used to just be the shit. I can't even tell you why it was the shit, but it was just the shit. That little bear and that duck and cat and owl, I got my life from it. I did. I really, really did. Gumby used to be like one of my little favorite action figures in a little TV show. He had that little red horse as a friend and the little blue fish, I believe. And back in the day when I was younger, I used to read the Goosebump books when they used to be all holographic and shit. But my favorite ones would be like the ones where you could kind of pick how the story goes when you would read it, and at the bottom of the page it would say turn to page such and such, and then you would go, and it would keep going through different parts throughout the book. I thought that shit was fucking genius. And I used to sometimes be cheating and just be going to the next page and looking to see what would happen if I did this instead of this, if I didn't like the way it turned out. Y'all forgive me, Lord. What else did I used to watch? I used to watch, that was back in the day when Mega Man was first coming on. I don't know if that's when he was first introduced, but I used to play the video games, Mega Man and Mega Man X4 with Zero and shit. I didn't even think about the video games I used to play. What the fuck? Oh, y'all remember Mario 64? Let me tell you something. Mario 64 made me realize I had a phobia of being underwater because when Mario used to go under underwater levels and that big giant ass snake used to come, I'm thinking of it, it was like a red snake or something, and that shit used to be swimming and shit. I realized I was terrified of that shit. I wasn't even too much scared of the Bowser and swinging him around and shit. That wasn't even the scary part. The scary part was that goddamn sea snake underneath that water. I was fucked up, and I'm still fucked up about it to this motherfucking day. So Mario 64. Of course, we used to all play Super Nintendo when Mario used to get the damn cat tail and be flying around and shit and be spitting out balls, fireballs with the mushroom. What are the main video games I used to play? I used to actually play some wrestling games with my friends. Oh, who remembers Beast Wars? Y'all remember Beast Wars with Optimus Prime and Rat Trap and was it Cheetara? That girl, it's been too long. That used to be my shit. We used to play with those. And I think I still have in my mom's attic the what was his name? What was the guy who used to turn into a little dinosaur? The main villain's name. What the fuck was his name? It will not come to me for the life. Send it to me, Jesus. Send me the name. It's not fucking Triceratops. What was fuck it. If y'all know the name, leave it in the comments so I can recollect my memory. But that used to be my shit. And then I like the old Power Rangers. I mean like Tommy, Billy, Zach, Trina, the little Asian girl. Those are the Power Rangers, not these new fangled shit that they done redesigned and so many times to where they look unrecognizable. I mean with the Zord, I mean Tommy with the big ass sword, Billy with the two nunchucks. That reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. The Pink Ranger with the bow and arrow, the White Ranger with his bird knife shit. Zach with the long ass staff. Those are my Power Rangers, and I identified with Billy because one, my favorite color was blue, and two, he was a nerd, he was smart, but he was still strong as fuck, and I look up to that nigga for that. A lot of people like Zach because he was black, which was great and fine, but Zach was kind of like still kind of cool and shit, and I didn't identify with that at the time. So I was identifying with the nerdy motherfucker, with a really, really nerdy dude. And I was about to say Pokemon. That's late 90s. The Power Ranger movie with motherfucking Ivan Ooze. Man, look, like Ashley said, I could go on about this all damn day. Remember when we used to play with super soakers in the front and backyard when it was hot out, and we had to pump them shits and the 90s was great, y'all. Like, I just kind of wish I could go back again. Oh, man. Let's see. Is there anything else that's, like, really jumped out at me that I used to do in the 90s or stuff like to play with? Y'all remember y'all used to have the little slinkies and throw them down the stairs? See, nowadays, they don't even really advertise toys. Like, I don't even see kids playing with toys much anymore. Everybody has a smartphone or a handheld, 3DS, Nintendo. Like, it's sad. Like, these kids don't know how to use their imaginations no more. You don't see the kids playing house and shit too much no more because their parents are babies raising babies, and they just try to put something electronic in their hands to get them, you know, out of their hair, and so they got to worry about them, so they don't really get to develop an imagination. Like, we used to build forts out of pillows. We used to, of course, we said play house. We used to pretend we were superheroes. We used to have little pew, pew, pew noises out of our fingers from ray guns. Like, man, y'all don't know nothing about it. These kids don't know shit about it, and it's sad, truly. And these shows that they have kids watching now, especially even on Disney Channel, are just shit. But that's a whole nother video. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're a 90s kid, make sure you let me know what things in the 90s that you remember that I may have missed. And we can sit here and just feel old as fuck together. Thank you guys for everybody who are the new subscribers joining in. I hope you continue to stay on and grow with the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.